The latest on that.
Ukrainian forces took over large amounts of territory, and in the aftermath of that L that the Russians took, they turned around and said the exact same fucking thing that they have. Oh, we're just focusing on the southeast, actually.
That stunning offensive by Ukrainian forces, changing the face of the war, retaking large amounts of territory as Russian troops.
Hold on one second. Stop chewing into the mic. Thank you, 10-month subscriber. You know, Godspeed on your ban.
Troops retreat on a key front. Tom Sufi.
Dude, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this issue before moving on and like talking about the news. But it quite literally shows me that you motherfuckers don't deserve it. Like, I'm doing this for all the people that are in here. Why is chat so annoying? Because they are autistic, okay? That is the reason. Because a lot of chatters have autism. And if they don't get the fucking repetition that they literally get every single day, and I get it. Like, I have a little bit of that same need and expectation in my life too. So I understand it. But you don't see me fucking losing my absolute shit, okay? That's why, though. That is literally why. Because they're like, oh, dude, this is not exactly the same noise gate. Yeah, no shit, it's not the same fucking noise gate. That's what it is. Just like I'm not eating the same fucking food. It's the same order that I order all the time, but it's fucking dog shit slop, okay? It sucks. I'm not even going to be able to fucking eat this. But it is what it is. You know why? Because I'm a fucking adult. I'm sucking it the fuck up, and I'm trying to power through this. I'm on a different computer. I'm in a different location. I'm in a different fucking city. Instead of running around doing whatever the fuck I want to, having a fun-ass time, I'm in here, cramped up, trying to fucking literally stream. So you guys, some of you, can get the fucking news that you want. But instead of being like, oh, man, hey, thanks for fucking streaming, even though you're in New York. Thanks for, you know, figuring out a place where you can actually stream and do a desktop stream instead of a regular IRL stream or whatever the fuck. You're like, dude, I'm hearing you chew. I know you're hearing me chew, cocksucker. Shut the fuck up. I know. There's no noise gate. Suck my cock. And I know it's clipping every now and then when I yell. God damn it, dude. There's no fucking community that is this insanely up its own fucking ass. It makes me despise some of you motherfuckers in here sometimes. Okay? It's ridiculous. Y'all are fucking crazy. Most streamers don't even fucking do this, like, consecutive nonstop fucking streaming. Jesus Christ, dude. I've been running around nonstop. I've been running around non-fucking stop, and the people just can't shut the fuck up. They're chirping about the dumbest shit. What do you want me to do, man? Shut the fuck up. Some chatters get off on you ripping chat apart, to be honest. The meta is a little toxic. I hate it.
Burridge is on the scene in Ukraine. Good morning, Tom.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. What a turnaround this is. Ukrainian forces are now building on that initial lightning advance, contesting areas in the east, which the Russians only captured weeks ago, and claiming an advance in the south. The Ukrainian offensive still appears to have momentum on multiple fronts. This morning, Ukraine's breathtaking offensive securing new gains as its forces continue to advance in the east and now also in the south. These troops filming and posting a dramatic attack, claiming an ambush on a Russian vehicle. One Ukrainian official saying Russian forces surrendering en masse, abandoning entire stocks of ammunition claimed by Ukrainian troops. And this morning, UK intelligence saying the lightning advance by Ukrainian forces out east devastating one of the Russian army's most prestigious battle groups. Here, a Ukrainian mayor slicing up the Russian flag. Ukraine claiming to have liberated more than 20 towns in just 24 hours. The devastation clear as soldiers tore a newly liberated and strategic...
It is an incredibly good time when you have a strategic upper hand to go back and force your opposition to the negotiation table. I hope that, given the new developments, that the Ukrainian leadership will use as an opportunity to fucking try to put an end to this never-ending war. Now, of course, that's not going to happen most likely because America's going to be like, look, we gave you the MIRs, like we gave you the bombs, we gave you the long-range missile systems, and you're making leeway now. Russia is going to say whatever the fuck they're going to say, for the record. Like them being like, haha, we're not giving up until we take over Kyiv. They're not taking shit over. What the fuck is Russia going to take over? I mean, what? What are they going to take over, bro? They can't. What happened? They tried it. It didn't work out. Okay? Don't listen to whatever the fuck kind of dumb shit that they're saying and make it seem like they're being serious. No, they got fucking slapped in the face. You think Ukraine making progress would affect or stop what they're doing in Syria? What? I don't know.
Strategically important city in another video circulating online.
Ban him permanently. Don't give him a 7-dayer. No, ban him permanently. If they complain about fucking mouth noises or whatever, ban him permanently. Perma them. I don't care. Shut the fuck up.
Here you can see in yellow the ground the Ukrainian forces claim to have retaken from the Russians. More than 2,300 square miles. This Ukrainian MP briefed on the offensive, telling us there's more to come.
Are we going to see more victories by Ukraine in the coming days?
Definitely.
Is Russia on the run?
Yes, that is called retreat under international terms.
Destruction from an explosion caught in this new video shared by local Ukrainian officials in the eastern Donbass region, where Ukraine is now also claiming victories. Even the Kremlin acknowledging its retreat and striking back. A Russian missile.
That's the worst part, is like they're not even hearing it. They're just being extra annoying. Like they probably have fucking studio headphones on or something. Because like I'm monitoring my fucking levels and I can tell that it's not that loud. Like you can't really fucking hear it. You're literally, you're just going crazy over it. It's not like it's hard to hear.
The heart of Kharkiv, killing at least one person. Russia also targeting power stations in the city. President Zelensky calling Russia's retaliation desperate, saying they can't do anything to our heroes on the battlefield, so Russia is directing its vile strikes against civilian infrastructure.
With Russia's invasion of Ukraine again in disarray, there are unusual levels of dissent creeping into Russian state-controlled media. There's also been a very rare public rebuke against Vladimir Putin, 18 local officials calling on him to resign. All eyes now on Putin's position and how he might respond. George?
Okay, Tom, thanks. Let's bring in White House spokesman John Kirby for more on this. John, thanks for joining us again this morning. Is Ukraine winning this war?
They certainly have some momentum, particularly up there in the northeast part of the country, in that Donbass region. You saw just from that report how swift and how stunning their advances have been. There is more fighting to go, though, and particularly down in the south, where the Ukrainians are also trying to break through near Hasan city. They've made some incremental progress. They're facing a stiffer Russian resistance down south, but clearly up in that northeast region, there's some momentum here by the Ukrainians, and no doubt about it.
Is there a risk that they take this too far, run ahead of their supply lines?
I think, you know, they've planned this counteroffensive pretty carefully, George. They've thought this through. I mean, we're all watching these swift and stunning images today, but we need to remember there were weeks and weeks of planning that went behind that. And the Ukrainians have done a good job thus far in this war managing their logistics and sustainment, their supplies to their troops. I think they're mindful of that going forward.
How about these new threats to Vladimir Putin inside Russia? How serious are they? How do you expect Putin to respond?
It is very interesting to see, isn't it, now that he's facing some public rebukes, not just from opposition figures, but from actual elected officials inside Russia. That's not insignificant. Now, we'll see where this goes. We're already starting to see signs that they're going to probably start to crack down on some of these dissident elected officials. We'll watch this carefully. But it is noteworthy that now even elected municipal officials are coming out speaking against Mr. Putin.
President Biden and the U.S. have always
I saw the clip of Russian news people debating the war. It was pretty nuts how openly some of them against some of openly against some of them were. Yeah, look, here's the Russian media. Even the Russian media, even like fucking state television is talking about concessions. Here.
Чтобы никакой панике не поддавались на фоне, надо признать, того поражения, которое мы потерпели в районе Харькова, надо это признать. Потому что поражение имеет смысл, когда его признаешь и делаешь из него выводы. А если этого не делать и не признавать, то получишь другое поражение, может быть, гораздо серьезнее. Поэтому в этом смысле, я думаю, надо реально смотреть на вещи. Это действительно сложная ситуация, и надо понимать, что мы сражаемся с
Honestly, isn't it pretty disrespectful of Ukraine to be counterattacking their national mourning period for Her Majesty? I know, it's really fucked up. It's distasteful. It's very distasteful. How dare they? After all the guns and weapons that Her Royal Majesty the Queen sent off and sanctioned off into Ukraine, for them to behave this way is dastardly. If Ukrainians and Russians are both Turks, why are they fighting? I don't know. That is a good call. Why do their politics shows look like the set of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Well, guess what? It's better that way.
Противником. Понятно, что никто, ни Владимир Владимирович, ни Зеленский, ни Западный, никто не может остановить эту войну. Эта война может закончиться только поражением одной из сторон. Причем, надо сказать, для нас это поражение может быть действительно фатальным. Это тоже надо понимать, потому что оно может привести к процессу распада страны. Но в определенной степени эта война, в моем понимании, а это война уже. Война напоминает советско-финскую войну, кстати. В данной ситуации, ну да, видимо, нужно делать выводы. Видимо, нужно делать какие-то выводы Министерству обороны. Надо... Ну, что говорить? Ну, мы все знаем о тех проблемах, которые есть в вооруженных силах. Вооруженные силы Российской Федерации явно, на мой взгляд, не были готовы к такому масштабу войны. А вооруженные силы Украины были готовы. Пора вообще переходить в немножко другой режим, потому что ситуация, она, как говорится, действительно весьма серьезная. Хотя бы начать с таких мелочей, как, ну, прекратите вы по телевидению американские фильмы-то крутить. Ну, ё-моё. Ну, ё-моё, ну, хочется сказать. Ну, я не говорю, Россия, Первый канал, там, НТВ, да. Ну, посмотрите все остальные каналы. Ну, это бред. Это зачем вы делаете? Ну, это унизительно вообще. Ну, что получается у нас? Мы все время говорим, у нас малое количество солдат сражаются. Так вот эти 170, вот они сражаются, а вся остальная страна отдыхает, что ли? Но видится это так. Причем понятно, что многие из этих солдат это... из самых бедных, из крестьян, из рабочих, из людей, которые многие пошли, так сказать, не столько из патриотических чувств, но для них и деньги эти имеют значение. Но понимаете, у нас сейчас говорят, вот мобилизацию провести. Да я подозреваю, что очень трудно мобилизацию сейчас произвести. Нужна все-таки какая-то ясность в политическом решении украинского вопроса. Но надо признать, на мой взгляд, что украинский народ существует. Это...
Dude, that's crazy. He said we should acknowledge that Ukrainian people do exist. That's crazy. crazy. That's a hot take. That's a. Just saying, this the hottest of takes.
Первый надо признать. Но надо это признать, на мой взгляд. А, соответственно, надо посмотреть, что надо. Вот, на мой взгляд, надо на освобожденных территориях предложить, организовать альтернативное украинское дружественное России государство. У нас только полгода я слышу о том, что мы вот это присоединим, вот это присоединим, вот это. Я всегда думаю, вот я с той стороны. Мне все время говорят, у меня это заберут, у меня то заберут, у меня это заберут. Но я буду воевать до последнего. А они воюют серьезно. Все эти разговоры вот эти вот о том, что они массово сдаются в плен, да нет, мы не видим массовой сдачи в плен. Более того, разговоры, вот они в обороне, оказывается, и не в обороне могут воевать. То есть, как говорится, мотивировка сильная. Мы видим довольно сильное все-таки сопротивление, и в том числе сопротивление на самом, так сказать, том низовом уровне.
А все равно мы обязаны победить. Это вопрос уже действительно существования нашей великой страны.
Bro, it's like, that's such a dumb take. Yeah, bro, yeah, Ukraine is going to go in and invade Russia. Yeah, that's... yeah, dude, totally. That's what's going to happen now. I just... Like... And for people who are confused by this, like, how the fuck is this happening? I told you that it was always going to be the war will end in Moscow. No, it was always going to be a fucking incredibly long and complicated process. It was going to be difficult. It was going to be bloody. It was going to be deadly for both parties involved, and especially Russia. I think they're saying the political turmoil within the rupture will rupture the Russian state. Is there even political turmoil within the Russian state? The Russian state is a singular individual. The Russian state is one guy. No, it isn't. I mean, it isn't. Even the fucking Communist Party of Russia is almost in unison. Russian opposition is built by Vladimir Putin. I know there's complexities in every political system, okay? Obviously. But even like opposition parties that are created in Russia are still oftentimes controlled by Vladimir Putin. Listen to them. They want to fight that last Russian in Ukraine. Let them. Ukraine and the coalition of the willing. We arm and fund this battle for as long as possible. By the way, we're putting Ukraine on NATO membership after they regain their country from these Russian fascists. Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah. We'll fight them until every last Russian, this guy says, living in fucking Florida. Motherfuckers in Palm Beach being like, we'll fight the Russian Federation down to every Russian soldier. That's sick, man. Are you going to do it? Shut the fuck up, dumbass. You're not going to do it. Who's we? Are you speaking French? What do you mean we're fighting the Russians? No, you're not. You're not doing shit. The real opposition is Navalny? Yeah, totally. Anyway, here let's finish
going to have
the
to be a
American
diplomatic end to this war. Is the table laid for a more favorable diplomatic settlement right now?
You know, George, I don't know that we know we're there yet. And actually, it's really going to be up to President Zelensky as commander-in-chief to determine if and when he's ready to sit down and negotiate. Clearly, we don't appear to be at that point right now. I mean, there's still a lot of fighting going on, not just in the north, but elsewhere in the country. And Mr. Putin has shown no inclination to stop the prosecution of this war against the Ukrainian people, as we saw with his retaliatory strikes in Kharkiv just over the weekend. So I don't think we're there yet. Obviously, President Biden fully supports a diplomatic end to this war, an end that we'd like to see today.
Cap. That's a cap. That's, yeah, no, totally, fully.
If possible, but I just don't know that we're on the horizon right now.
Finally, another war broke out on Russia's periphery overnight, Azerbaijan attacking Armenia.
Yeah.
How serious a threat is this for Vladimir Putin? Is there any role the United States can play in calming the tensions?
Well, we certainly want the tensions calmed. You saw Secretary Blinken, the Secretary of State, put out a statement yesterday calling for an end to these hostilities. As you know, George, this conflict goes back decades to the fall of the Soviet Union. The Russians apparently brokered a ceasefire overnight, and then it was almost immediately broken, at least what the initial reports are saying. So we urge both sides to stop the hostilities, to stop the violence. We don't need to see any more conflict in that particular part of the world.
John Kirby, thanks very much.
All the countries that are like, okay, I'm not going to watch this. I'm going to get to lighter stuff because Valkyrie is going to be here soon.